Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Breakfast channel here at YouTube, and of course you caught part 1 of my 3-year anniversary series, which is pretty much just me talking about how I was getting into the whole obscure metal, and the last one was me focusing on YouTube. Let me get my beer, just kirkling my beer just straight. You know, it was focused on YouTube because through YouTube it was how I was really beginning and to really go, you know, dig through, you know, the perils of heavy metal and through, you know, it's the whole 80s scene, if anything. And so since I left off on saying that which is the theme of this episode, was on a certain site. What led me was through Wolf's Edge of the World, leading me to the Vibrations of Doom website, which of course was formed by Steve Cannon, who was a ex-singer of Hollow's Eve from like 2004 and didn't play an album or anything, just live. So this site really kind of led me to also, you know, really digging deeper. This is how I really was finding a lot of the at the time, for me, really obscure, because there was a lot of bands I really didn't even know of, like bands that weren't even getting brought up in any of those, you know, thrash compilation videos or even heavy metal compilation videos. Sure, you had like Straw Nut Fista, you had Dark Angels, you know, first 2 albums, you had stuff by Exodus, like mostly like Bonded by Blood. You know, you had some typical ones, like even like Violence, Eternal Nightmare, and such. And you had, of course, your Tigers of Pantane, which I also actually found out through YouTube back in 2008. It just, you had some of these typical ones, but then you had some that really flew over my head. Like, there's a band I also kind of found out through YouTube, same video they had, like Straw Nut Fista, Anvil, you know, stuff like that. And Tank was Legend, which of course was the track Choices, which was off the Death in the Nursery album, my gateway to this band. But this, of course, is the, you know, the anthology. But that artwork right there with the 2 headless people with the headphones with the blood coming out of it, that one was finished artwork for the Death in the Nursery right there. That's that. So, however, once I started looking through the site, like, you know, I'll show you, I'm right on the site anyway, so it's still up. Right there, that's pretty much the whole way it looks like. All these titles, all these names, there's gonna be different bands within there, and it's like all in alphabetical order, even with the band names and such. So through each title I kept searching through and clicking on these links and just seeing all these different albums I've never really heard of. Like, for a good example, I never even heard of fucking Pile Driver until like I came across that site. And of course this is the second album I remember seeing, you know, the stuff like Mental Inquisition. That's how I was turned on to them. Fuck. Mad Butcher here. And of course, since breaking up my 3-year anniversary and my first, you know, video in August 6th of 2013, I was talking about Metal Enterprises Records. I mentioned this album in that video. And, of course, this was on that label, but this, of course, is a bootleg on the Strikeforce Records label, which is, most of their stuff is bootleg. But here, that's how it led me to that. Stuff like, even like Violent Force. Wolfpack. Hollowed, the Italian metal band. Adrian. And of course Demon Pact, that had, of course, the artwork for like the Eaten Alive single, which the artwork's inside here anyway. This is, of course, is the Higher Roller reissue that I showed in one of my overrated or underrated videos right here. I remember seeing the artwork for that on the Vibrations of Doom side. Of course, there is a few new wave of British heavy metal singles there. That's how I kind of found out about Satan. And it was through the Kiss of Death 7-inch. That was my turn on to that band. And of course, I fell in love with that single. I wish I could really find a real good copy of that one. At least a physical copy, because I know there is reissues. Had, of course, stuff like Hardline was on there. Let me get some of these. Had like Predators, Easy Prey. And this band I also turned on through like YouTube, of course. I talked about this also through a USPM month, but Wrath. But I knew about these guys through like the YouTube stuff. And of course, the Leatherface 3 soundtrack. But here, of course, you know, Agony, Hellstar, of course. Even though I knew about them also through YouTube days, but once I came across the Vibrations of Doom and seeing this album listed, and of course it didn't have the original Combat Records art, it had that artwork right there, the one that was on like the Music for Nations pressing. But that's how I started, you know, checking out Hellstar. Shit. Of course, I had stuff like even, you know, Armed Forces. Yeah, this was there. This is how I also kind of got into Armed Forces and such. Checking out that. You know, then Dresden. Then, of course, Deep Throat, which I'll mention more of this in the, let me get my rest a little bit. In a few videos down the line, I'll talk more, I'll mention more of this one again. But then I also started, you know, looking into like Power Lord. And that's how it turned me. That's how it's turned on and stuff. But here now it's time to get into some stuff that's still stuck with me to this day. Like the band that's playing in the background. That's how I found about Killer. But the album that's playing in the background is not this one. I had this one playing with my overrated or underrated series. But this one, Wall of Sound, and I was just hooked. It was through the Vibrations of Doom site that I really got hooked onto this. This is how I also found out a lot of that Mausoleum record stuff. You know, even including like Wolf's Edge of the World, and then like Crossfire with, of course, See You in Hell, and then this album right here, Second Attack. But also had stuff like even, you know, Hex, with, of course, Under the Spell. And No Escape. That's how I found out about some of these guys as well. Of course, the Quest for Sanity EP when they were like a death thrash band, which I did dig. That was actually my introduction to Hex, was through that EP, but I did end up checking out these two albums as well, and I love them. Necronomicon, German thrash band, they were on there, even though I heard them out through the YouTube stuff as well. But that's how I also find about, you know, the full track listings and stuff for them, so I can check out the full albums. Just good shit. I also knew about stuff like, and then, you know, Deep Switch, 9 Inches of God. And I still, from time to time, still check the site to still check out some stuff that I haven't heard before. Like, of course, this album that I ended up picking up recently, Black Dragon Heavy Metal Intoxication, which I talked about in my last video. Not this one, but the currently listening to video. And I have this playing in that one as well. But, again, that's pretty much all the titles that I have with my within my collection that I pretty much found out through the Vibrations of Doom website. And the guy Steve Cannon is still on the internet. He's also was on Heavy Metal Rarities, which we'll talk about down the line when these videos. But as of course, you know, years goes by the time of 2010, when I started really downloading stuff, I was checking at the blog spots, and the next one that I kind of knew about for a while was Lockjaw. And that's going to be the next video, is going to be talking about Lockjaw. I'm not going to talk about any of the past stuff that that happened with me on that site or anything, but I will definitely talk about the stuff that that site turned me on to. So, that's pretty much that. So, I may leave a link to this site on the, in the description box, but this was definitely an interesting video. Of course, this is, again, all a part of my 3-year anniversary, kind of, just a thank you to all the people, to all my subscribers, and to all of you that are still watching my videos, that are still sticking with me, even through the bad, even through the good. You're all sticking with me, and I'm happy about that. So, this is all for you. So, if you liked all some of these titles, like I said, there are still some bands up in there that you still haven't checked out. You can definitely check out any of these bands. You can find most of these titles within the Vibrations of Doom, and you can just punch in the names on YouTube and just check them out. You don't have to wait to actually buy the stuff to actually listen to it. But if you choose not to just punch them on YouTube and just wait to actually hear the albums from fresh, that's fine as well. So I'll see you in the next video. And this heavy thrash head, sing, I'm out. Catch you in the other side.